First off, I'd like to thank Deloitte, thank Notre Dame, thank you for having us here. They wanted me to talk a little bit about myself. I had to work really hard for swimming. It never came very easy to me. I wasn't like a child prodigy at all. Michael Phelps. I had to really work hard. I got a cold, I'm sorry. So, my actual introduction to swimming was actually a near-death drowning. I almost drowned at a water park. And my mom got me into lessons instantly right after that. So, growing up, I was in the inner city, so what we like to call the ghetto. Being a black kid that wears Speedos on the weekends kind of puts a target on your back. But I love my sport, so I continue to do it left and right. I love my sport. And I played ball at the same time. But I got beat when I was 13 years old by this kid that I just couldn't stand. And he was gloating about it, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I can't believe you just beat me. And she's just like, well, what are you going to do about it? I was like, I don't know, but swimming is my passion. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And she's like, okay, well, you're going to have to work harder than you've ever worked before. I took that, and I continued to train as hard as I could, which meant that on Friday nights, when everyone was asking me, hey, Cullen, come on out with us. Why don't we hang out? This Friday night, we don't have to do anything Saturday. Nah, man, I can't. Unfortunately, I've got practice at 5:30 in the morning. Trust me, you don't have to do that. 5:30 in the morning practice, jumping into a cold pool, never fun. But I continued to do it because I love my sport. When I went to college, I never would have expected my sport, swimming, to get me into a college, or help me get into college. I thought my education was going to do it. Plus, being a kid from the inner city, I never would have thought. But with all the hard work that I had done, I was able to go to NC State. With all the work there, I started to win medals. I started putting on weight. I was literally a beanpole when I went to college. I was so skinny. They thought I was malnourished. They didn't think I ate. But I put on more weight. I worked hard. And I ended up, my senior year, getting an NCAA championship and being signed right after that. And then what felt like 2 long years, I made the Olympic team. Now, someone asked me today, how do you stay focused on the goal? And I said, you know, when you practice so much at something, I mean, we can all talk about it. When we practice so much at something, it's like second nature. When we swam the 4x100 relay, it was Michael Phelps, myself, Jason Lezak, and a guy named by Garrett Barbegal. And it was the biggest race. It was hyped up so much because the French team was talking a lot of smack, saying they're going to crush the Olympians. You guys heard about that? Right. Well, when we walked out, we weren't expecting anything but we're going to race these guys. So we walk up behind the block, and then they stop the meet because George Bush walks in the room. Now, if that's not a distraction, I don't know what is. He goes up, sits down, grabs his American flag. No expression at all. Thanks. So we're getting ready again. Oh, we're excited. Meet stops again. All the NBA players start coming in. Kobe Bryant, D. Wade. Guys that I'm like, you serious? They're showing up to the meet? Not a distraction at all. But we had to sit back and focus. Besides the French team talking as much crap as they did, we had to focus. And everything that we had worked for, all the Friday nights we couldn't hang out, all the times that we couldn't do things, it all led up to that moment. And we ended up beating the French team by 1/100th of a second. Right after that, I actually started working. My mom has always taught me to have a heart of service and wanting to help give kids the opportunity to do things other than, you know, play other sports like football. I'm trying to branch out. So what I'm doing now is I'm working with an organization called Make a Splash. And what we're doing is we're touring all over the U.S. and we're trying to get minority kids into swimming. So that's my big goal, and that's my way of giving back. And I feel like at this point in my life, this is my drive, this is my goal, this is what I need to do. So thank you guys for listening, and I'm going to pass it.